Here's what you should know about your local housing market in this week's Market Update. We've seen a noticeable change in home buyer trends in regards to condition of homes that home buyers are looking for. Notably, a majority of home buyers are currently looking for move-in ready, up-to-date houses. We're seeing far fewer home buyers than in the past that are willing to take on projects of various degrees, whether it be complete fixer-uppers or simply just a few smaller projects, perhaps kitchens, bathrooms, floors, things of that sort. So what does that mean for you as a home buyer or a seller? If you are a home buyer that has a strong preference towards move-in ready, perfectly updated houses, it is definitely in your interest to consider the idea of purchasing a home that might need maybe not a complete renovation, but a few projects here and there to make it just how you would like. In northern New Jersey, there are very few houses that come on the market that are completely updated. There are even fewer that are brand new. So most of the homes that are coming in the market do need at least some degree of renovation. Now, it would really be beneficial to you to work with an agent that has background and experience in home building, home construction, that can help you figure out what scope of project might be reasonable to take on and what might be too much for you to take on, both in terms of stress and and time commitment, and also in terms of budget. And in terms of home sellers. Now, in the past, oftentimes, while it might be nice to do small things to freshen your house up to get it ready to go on the market, a lot of times I would discourage home sellers from taking on larger projects, as historically they would have less than 100% return on investment in terms of your resale value. However, with this change in buyer trend, there may be a benefit to taking on certain renovations before putting your house on the market, as a greater pool of buyers are flocking towards those newly updated homes. So it definitely makes sense to talk to, once again, an agent who has experience in home construction, home renovations, has the contacts to help put you in touch with and help figure out whether doing certain projects prior to putting your home on the market could have a substantial benefit to you in the long term in terms of your resale value. With that, let's get into the stats this week and see how the market is shaping up compared to prior weeks. We saw 45 homes come on the market this past week in Morristown, Chatham, Madison, Harding, Mars Plains, Mendham, Chester, Bernardsville, Basking Ridge, and Randolph. That is a 15% decrease over new homes on the market the prior week. We saw the most homes come on the market in Morristown and Chatham. Each had 8 homes come on the market this past week. And Mars Plains was the only town with no homes coming on the market. And then we also had Chester with just 1 home come on the market this past week. However, the rest of the towns had a reasonably healthy number of new homes coming on the market. Out of these homes, 35 of these were single-family houses, and 10 of them were condos or townhouses. The average list price of these homes was $1,349,000. That's a 15% increase over the prior week. The town with the greatest average list price this past week was Bernardsville with $2,007,000. And in second place, we had Madison with $1,910,000 and Chatham with $1,810,000. The town with the lowest average list price was Basking Ridge with $616,000. Total inventory in these towns is 194 homes currently on the market. That's a 3% increase over the prior week. The towns with the greatest number of homes actively on the market is Mendham with 35 homes actively on the market, and Morristown with 34 homes actively on the market. We have the least number of homes on the market in Mars Plains with 5. Sold homes. This past week, we saw 23 homes sell in these towns. That's a 10% increase over the prior week. Most number of homes were sold in Mendham this past week with 5 homes sold. And we had 2 towns with no homes sold. That's Harding and Bernardsville had no homes sell. And then we had Chester with only 1 home sell, and the rest had a reasonable number of homes sell with between 2 and 5 homes. Average list price of homes in these towns was $967,000. Average sale price in these towns was $1,026,000. The highest average sale price out of these towns was Chatham with $2,446,000. And in these towns, we saw homes sell for an average of 7.1% above the list price. Now, as we have been anticipating in prior weeks, I've been gearing you up towards, we saw every single one of these towns had homes sell for an average above the list price. And those averages are getting to be pretty substantially higher above list price. So the greatest percentage above list price this past week was in Basking Ridge, where homes sold for an average of 12.4% above list price. Second place was Chatham, where homes sold for 11.9% above list price. And the lowest percentage above list price that we saw this past week was in Madison, where homes sold for 2.3% above list price. So this past week, within these towns, we saw homes sell between 2.3% above list price and 12.5% above list price, in that range. So homes we're seeing sell higher above list price, and we're going to see less and less of homes negotiating below list price as the spring market heats up, and that light inventory really exacerbates these bidding wars. Average days on market for these homes that were sold was 17 days on the market. That is also down 57% from the prior week. Homes that went under contracts, we saw 31 homes go under contract this past week. We saw the greatest number of under contract homes in Basking Ridge with 9 homes going under contract, and Randolph and Chatham were in second place with 6 homes going under contract. The only town with 0 homes going under contract this past week was Harding. The average list price of homes that went under contract was $1,067,000, and the median days on market for homes that went under contract was 16 days on the market. Once again, we are seeing a increasingly challenging market to navigate with low inventory and changing buyer trends. So if you are considering a move, definitely let's get in touch. Let's strategize what would make sense. And if you're just considering it, let's have a discussion and see if a move does make sense. There's a lot of negativity being spread out there, everything from interest rates to recessions. There are a lot of factors to consider. A lot of these factors could scare you from making the move that you desire. I think it'd be wise, if you do desire to make a move and you don't think it is a good time, to let's have a conversation and really weigh the pros and cons and evaluate the environment as it pertains to you, and decide whether it is worth waiting or whether that could actually have a negative effect on you. I see many people over these last several years, with all the negativity in the news, decide to wait it out and actually end up worse off for waiting. So let's have that conversation. Let's figure out the right timing for you and your family. So thanks for checking in with me. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys again next week.